three alcoholics talking on a microphone, and even though they are sober, they just can't stay on topic because they're always alcoholics.
Okay, welcome to Always Alcoholic.
Yes. Good evening.
Hello.
How you doing?
So, well, what do you got for us tonight?
Yeah, really.
I did not come up with a topic.
Oh,
Once
God.
again, I was more worried about whether you guys were going to show up with headphones and here's in a platform.
Headphones.
This is going smooth as butter now, I think. I mean, we got, each of us has a mic.
Right, we know, yeah.
We all have headphones
we all
now.
have microphones. We all have headphones that sort of work.
So if this damn podcast goes smooth enough, we can go ahead and, I think we can go ahead and put this up.
Right. Sit on that for a while.
Sit on what?
I don't know how it all works, but we're going to figure it out.
We've been practice podcasting.
Yeah,
How it works.
Pra-
Rarely have we failed.
Yes.
practice
How it works.
casting.
Okay. So we have no topic at all.
We have no topic.
How about the story of Hansel and Gretel?
Pull up some
Kenny, you're the...
topic ideas.
Come on, Kenny, just pull a topic out of your, what is it, 9-year ass?
How about good orderly direction?
God.
No,
That one
let's
always
not get
gets
on that
everybody.
one.
That's what
Yeah.
that means. Good orderly direction.
That's how you get a
It's
room
God.
and stay quiet. As soon as you talk about God.
G-O-D.
Yep, good orderly direction. Group of drunks.
So this would
Of
be
drunks.
because we've done higher power.
Just don't drink.
Just don't drink.
Don't fucking drink.
No matter what.
That's it.
That's it, man.
If you know what I was always thinking about is like, I'll tell you what, you don't have to worry about the God shit. Just don't drink. But if you keep drinking, there's the steps, and unfortunately, that God thing is in there. It creeps all through it.
Once you work the steps, the last thing you gain is spirituality. And when you go out, the first thing you lose is spirituality.
So what exactly is good orderly direction?
Well, I think it's like self.
Well, it's being kind. Yeah, I mean,
You stop drinking, you will be good.
Well,
You'll
not
be a little bit
necessarily.
more orderly.
Not necessarily.
You'll have a little more direction.
Not
Well,
necessarily.
you'll lean more towards the good.
Yeah, it's changing people, places, and things, and changing yourself. Okay. Just because you put down the drink doesn't mean you're going to become good.
You'll be more towards the good, I think.
You might try and get better. Yeah, the thing you get good at is not drinking.
Right. Which is good.
And then you talk, and then it works
There's
on the
the good.
behaviors.
So what makes a person good then?
Good is
By leaving me to
that's-
fuck alone. That's how it makes them good. No.
No, I think it's pretty simple, good and bad, right? What is good is not being a freaking tyrannical human being that is ruining and reckless around everybody.
Good and kind in nature.
But
Yeah, good and kind. As opposed to being just like, I mean, let's face it, when you're drunk, I know that I knew everything. I didn't need to be told anything. I was selfish and self-centered to the extreme.
So
And I was mean. I mean, you know how you always be mean to people, and well, for me, I was mean to people, and I would just be like, "Well, I'm just being honest with you,"
Oh, yeah.
you know.
You know, when you drink, the honesty comes out.
Yeah. No, you're just an
That's
asshole.
bullshit.
You're
Yeah.
just an asshole. And when I don't drink, I'm less of an asshole. I'm still an asshole, but not as. I'm definitely leaning more towards if there was a good asshole. Not drunk is a good asshole.
so all right, good in the dictionary means morally excellent, virtuous, righteous, pious.
Something to shoot for.
And then
No,
the
I wanna
very
be
next
righteous.
definition is satisfactory in quality, quantity, or degree.
Wait, what did he say? What was this? This is another definition of good.
Right.
Okay, like second.
As an adjective. And then there's a third of that says of high quality or excellent. So two of them use the word excellent, while one of them says satisfactory. To me, that's two totally different things. You know, like
That's why I think you have to. You're leaning towards like good is excellent. Good is like hitting the freaking target. Good is where you aim. You're aiming for it. Doesn't mean you're gonna get there, but by at least trying to get there, you're gonna end up in a better place than bad. Let's look at bad.
Good is okay.
Good is just fine.
Good is okay.
And okay is okay.
Is good.
Yeah. Okay is good. This is
Okay.
going straight to the tap.
Okay.
This is going straight to the platform, baby.
Okay. You good? You good with that? Yeah.
I'm okay.
well, and then virtuous means conforming to moral and ethical principles.
Wait, what was this? Virtuous?
Virtuous, morally excellent or upright.
Yes.
But like, it doesn't say what moral or what ethics. Like,
Morals and values, man. I mean, What type morals are you gonna?
Well, that's what I'm looking for. Give me some example. If I'm an alcoholic, and there are many times where I would have thought that what I was doing was good.
Okay, when you help somebody, when you go to pick somebody up, you don't stick your freaking foot on their throat and try and pick them up at the same time. Everybody knows the difference between right and wrong.
Right, you
Your
ask
gut
yourself.
tells you, man.
Yeah, you ask yourself.
And if you got to ask somebody, you know you're doing wrong already to begin with.
Right, but I think that hit on it. The definition saying that good is excellent is. I mean, okay, if you got a good little devil on one, or a good little angel on one side, and a bad little devil on the other side, the good is definitely the highest of highs, and the bad is the lowest of lows. And just because you're good doesn't mean you're going to be the highest of high. You might barely make it into just above bad.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to have
Good
goodness
intentions.
in your life, then at least you're aiming up here, but you're not going to get there. Nobody does.
Good intentions with no
And
expectations.
I have my hands up, people
Okay.
that can't see me. My hands are in the air. You're aiming up here.
So I like that, the good intentions
with no expectations.
with no expectations.
You know, just because I do something good doesn't mean I have to expect something in return.
Those are the best.
No.
Right? Those are the best.
Oh yeah, those are the best. But I'm just saying.
Or you don't tell anybody. You do
You
something
don't
nice.
tell
and
anybody. You just do it
keep
nice,
to
man.
yourself.
Silent service work.
That pays
You're doing
off.
good. I mean,
But you see how that goes back into the, because we're trying to talk about how we're trying to take God out of the equation, right? Because that's what people get hung up on. So that's where this good orderly direction comes from, right?
a group of drunks.
Like if you have somebody that doesn't want to quit drinking because they're having issues with this God thing, and then you tell them good orderly direction, then right?
Yeah.
It's still going to lead them down that path.
Or a
'Cause
group of
it's
drunks.
Look at, we even ended up with the angels, the devils. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah, but until the time, man, the first thing you got to realize is you just don't pick up a friggin' drink. All that other crap will come. It'll all come eventually.
Yeah.
And if it don't, oh well. It's only a one day at a time program anyway.
So as somebody new to the program, good orderly direction would just simply not.
And doing the next right thing. Good orderly direction is
Well,
doing
shoot,
the next
wait,
right thing.
we're only with good. We just talked about good now. Let's talk about orderly. Who's looking up orderly? What does orderly mean?
That's someone in the hospital that helps you out.
That's what I'm talking about. See right there. Yeah. All right, Will's looking it up. Orderly, to me, without the definition, I would say orderly means to,
In a straight fashion.
yeah, like
Neatly and
organizational, like to put some kind of structure
neatly and methodically arranged.
Okay, so we're aiming for good, and we're gonna put some kind of method.
So it's going to be virtuous.
Methodology.
Methodically.
I would say I like
methodically.
structure. I like good structure, but methodically was the word. Structure wasn't in there, huh?
Right.
It's organizational skills.
So we're all agreeing on that. How come that's so much easier to agree on than the good thing?
I don't know. Well, because it's not subjective. Good can be subjective. Like what's good for one person is not necessarily good for somebody, for somebody else.
Yeah, I know, but is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
True.
Or like, something that you could be doing good for somebody else ends up harming
Hurting someone else.
Right. We make plastic so that we don't have to cut down the trees, but now we're introducing a bunch of unnatural stuff into the earth.
But the human beings were put on this planet to make plastic.
Right. I mean, I'm not trying to get on a whole. I'm not trying to get onto a
No,
whole
I'm just messing.
plastic.
That's George Carlin.
Yes.
That's George Carlin.
I'm just saying, what can be good in one direction is not necessarily good
In another.
in another direction. Orderly is not subjective. It's pretty cut and dry. It's in a neat, methodical direction.
It's an orderly fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion.
Right.
It's putting things in order. It's like putting the ABCs in order. A, B, C, D. You don't go A, G, L. You got to get
It's
the
still
letters
in
in
order.
order. But it's not in the correct order.
Well, what's correct for you might not be correct for me.
Yeah, well, that's correct for every human being there is on the planet. The alphabet being in order. Can't change it.
Okay, so good orderly, we've got that down.
Right.
And then direction. You guys kind of went into that direction.
What direction?
I heard direction while I was over there.
Direction is just a path.
The path. Oh my God! I'll tell you what. Like if you tell someone right that comes in the rooms and their hang up is the God thing, right? I'm not doing this shit because I don't believe in fucking God, right? And then you're like good orderly direction. I mean, all these things sound like religious.
Well, it tries to
sticks
take the focus off freaking people.
off the God, yeah. But I mean, it is. It's like, well, good is the highest of highs, and orderly is the methodical way of structuring it or whatever, how we're gonna do it, and then direction is the path. So it's like a fucking cult, dude.
Yeah, well,
But if it gets you to stop drinking,
Right.
then that's the way it's got to be.
especially if drinking becomes a problem.
And if you're that big an alcoholic, you're too much of an idiot. When you're coming into it, like I was coming into it, I was like, hey, just tell me what to do. Just tell me. I mean, I just wanted to just tell me.
Make meetings.
There's a lot of God in the meetings,
There is.
tons.
But it's God to people's understanding, to their understanding. You don't have to understand my God. I ain't got to understand your God. It's just I believe in a power greater than myself, which I choose to call God. If you read it, that's your choice to call it God. You can call it anything you want. You know, there used to be a guy who used to say, the Zeus is loose.
So I mean, if you're, and I'm asking you because you have the most experience here. If you've got a sponsee or someone that has a hang up with the God thing, I mean, I understand it's probably different with everybody.
What? Either he is or he isn't. There's atheists,
Yeah.
Gnostics.
So I mean, are you cool about it? Or
Yeah, I don't. They
are
don't
you
bother
just
me.
like, don't worry about it.
I'm like,
Just
yeah, I'm not
fucking
gonna,
let's roll.
I'm not gonna drink over it.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna drink over it. I mean,
Well, what would you say to me?
on what level?
I don't want to do any of this shit because I don't believe in God.
That's nice. Go fucking drink. I mean,
But you don't go into the good orderly direction kind of thing, or you don't have to worry about it. Just do the steps, or just don't drink.
just
look at the
don't
consequences.
Right? Isn't that what we tell us?
Or
Just don't drink. Go to meetings.
yeah. Let me know how that works for you.
Keep going to beans. Keep going to beans.
Yeah.
That's your good orderly direction when you.
But I mean, I've seen it where like people are in the rooms and they're just like fucking pissed off. They are like so
'cause
tired
that's
of hearing
their
about
problem.
God. I know they're. It's like God, I'm so tired of hearing about your God.
Well, I mean, for me,
I'm just saying, how do we
for
help
me,
that
is
person?
looking back, that would have been me looking for a reason to not go to meeting.
Oh man,
I can't go here because they don't accept me because they have to believe in God. Yeah, but the problem is that at the end of the day, the meetings you don't have to. You can still keep coming back, and so I think that was one of the draw and the thing that kept me going is that I couldn't, as much as I wanted to say, oh, there's so much God in this. This is like a cult. It wasn't. Every time I tried to make it.
Yeah,
Does that
but
make
you-
sense?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's not like as much as you try to be like, oh, this is a culty. It's got a culty feel to it, but it's not.
you got the third tradition which protects you from that, whereas the only requirement for membership is the desire to stop drinking. Period. So you ain't got to believe in nothing. And it also says in the long tradition form that you do not have to conform
You have
to
cook
any of
for
this.
'em. You have to cook.
Conform to anything.
Oh, I think you say cook for them.
Conform. Conform. Conform.
Like, what meeting did you go to where you had to cook for
Yeah,
them?
they made you cook.
Yeah, I don't cook.
So that would be a meth meeting.
The only, I don't know about that crap. The only thing I make is reservations. That's the only thing. But no, seriously, really, people get hung up on that too fast, too quick. Because they need somebody to blame, and there goes playing the victim role once again. Once you stop playing the victim, is when you begin to recover. So a lot of people come in and they're angry at God because they think God's supposed to do everything for them. But it says faith without works is dead. I could pray all day long for a job. How many applications did I put in? God ain't gonna come down and swoop me off my feet and take me to an interview.
So you could say sobriety without works is dead. Yeah.
Yeah, sobriety without works is dead.
I mean, it did. I mean, it's the same thing.
You ain't staying
I
sober.
mean, I'm just saying.
You
Like,
got to do something to stay sober, and that something is you do nothing. You don't drink.
I was about to say anything without works is dead. That's the case. We kind of talked about that earlier today. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to stay fit,
You got to work out,
you got to work out.
and you got to eat right.
And you can't just work out to a certain point and then be like good and then expect to stay that way.
But according to whose plan? See, because you got so many workouts, so many friggin' diets, so many this, so much
Right,
that.
And it's the same
But
premise.
if I get to a point where I'm like, oh, I like the way I look, this is where I want to stay, and I stop, my body's not going to stay that way.
Right, but you continue it. But I'm
and
just
Will
saying.
is doing better than us.
See,
I'm getting
This
somewhere.
motherfucker.
there's so many paths. Yeah, but you got to understand. There's so many. This ain't the only friggin' thing out there. There's people that quit drinking by other means. Doesn't mean that they're wrong. See, you can't say that I'm good because I work it like this with this program, but they're not good because they work it with that program. But if it works for them and they're doing fine in life, then my hat's off to you.
That's what I'm
Right,
talking
but
about.
in
I love
both
it.
cases,
I love it.
people are working.
Which is just
Right.
do it.
But
So
in
it
different
doesn't
avenues, it's because
Just don't drink. You're
Yeah,
gonna
but-
be better.
yeah, but here it comes with the acceptance part. Is because when I come into the rooms too, the acceptance part is basically I have a leadway because I'm given the opportunity and the choice to pick a God of my understanding. It's not where you go into some other place and they say, well, this is the God you're going to follow. This is the way you're going to do it. And you're going to stay clean and you're going to stay sober. And people do it. No, people do it. Some make it. AA is only
He
successful.
said doo-doo twice.
Do.
You do, dude. I don't know. AA is only successful is because people work it. That's it. It stays successful on its own until somebody works it. There's a lot of people that don't make it. A lot.
Oh, it's tons. Lots.
It's just a day at a time, man. It's a daily reprieve based upon my spiritual maintenance of my program.
Yeah, but you see, that's where you lose.
Which is
people
doing good.
right away with the God thing, 'cause spirituality. But you know what? Then you got to go. You know, whatever. Go drink, like you said. Fuck
Go
off.
drink.
Go
Yeah,
drink
I mean,
there.
really, if
Yeah.
you're going to give it that much of a harder time, then you just ain't ready yet. Because they say you go to any friggin' lengths. You know, people tell people, oh, believe that I believe, you know, and all this and all that. And
I'm just trying. I would like to know a solution to help the person, the newcomer that has that hang up. You know, make
tell-
sobriety your higher power. How about that?
you ain't got to tell them nothing. Just keep coming back.
Yeah, just keep.
They're
going
going
back.
to make the decision on their own.
That's true. They got to figure it out on their own.
If they're not ready, it doesn't matter what you tell them.
Yeah.
It could be the most amazing.
Because the
thing in
bottom line
world.
is that the God thing is just a fucking excuse at
Yeah.
this point.
Right.
To a lot of people. You look at all the people, too. Hey, oh, yeah, when everything's going great, God, oh, God, when things are going bad, does everybody say, hey, thanks, God, for this, man, you know, thanks for this cancer, thanks for this friggin' storm, thanks for taking my house and all my stuff. I know God did this for me because they told me God got me exactly where he wants me to be.
What if you did?
So what if he did?
No, what if you did?
Well, I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter, man. You know, and then here I am. Here's my mind. This is my take on it. Here's my mind. I'm just putting my power, because I was told by a friggin' monk years ago that I do have some type of power as long as I don't drink. I become powerless when I pick up the drink. But it's kind of hard when you turn around and blame an entity that isn't there. See, because then my mind, the way my mind works is I'm still blaming something and giving something the credit.
Right.
So regardless, so here I am, I'm giving it to something else. It's like the blame game. I drank because, you know, you turned me down, or I lost my job,
that's
or
kind
I
of the
did
point.
this.
You know, okay, so what if God is doing all of this bad stuff? That there's some entity out there that's, you know, maniacally menacing, putting his fingers, and it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna screw everything up in this guy's life. So what? Like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna
You don't drink.
I mean, you're not gonna find a cloud to ride up onto and go bang on his door or something like that.
No.
You've gotta choose a way to deal with it, regardless.
It does kind of peep it out, like what you were just saying, because you do notice, and I notice that when a newcomer comes in and is hung up on the God doesn't exist.
Yeah.
At almost 100%, probably not all the time, most of the time, when they're sharing, it circles back to blaming God for all their problems.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I can't do the program because I don't believe in God, and then eventually you hear them share again, and it's God is out to get me.
Yeah.
You know, this is this God is a horrible God.
It's just
wow,
like death.
'cause you're
Why
just
God
blaming.
take the one I love?
Yeah, you're just blaming. You're not taking responsibility.
Whether he
Right,
is or
that's
not
what I
doesn't
said.
really matter.
Yeah.
Like, because you're here, we're all here, you know, so just kind of got to deal with our whatever our situation is. However
Responsibility.
we want to deal with it.
We all got different situations, but we got a common bond. Once we pick up that drink, a phenomenal craving sets in, we don't know when to stop. Period. All bets are off. It doesn't matter.
Game over.
It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care. It's a dissolvent. It'll dissolve everything. You know, you're in one area in life.
Scary.
Will's in another area. I'm in another area. All different occupations. Totally different occupations, you know.
Not only that, but like the situations, you know, wherever we're at any given time, it's never like, without worry, without problems. You know, it's never not problematic, right?
Never.
No. It's like,
That's life is a problem.
Right.
Life is a series of problems to be solved. That's it.
that's it. You know, all you do is solve them. But here's the better thing, too, with it. It's like, hey, Will calls me up. He's got a problem. It's not like, okay, Will, you go to my church so I can help you. You don't go to my church, I can't help you. Because a lot of people, too, think of God. Right away, they think of God. They think of religion. They think of a structure with people going to it.
Yeah.
And they get it all confused, and you got to do certain things. I mean, but it's not that way, you know. That's why I find it hard speaking about God and spirituality and trying to intertwine the both of them. You know, I even still have a hard time today with it, but
Well, yeah, because what you believe the word believe means could be different than what I think the word believe means.
all I know
I mean,
is
they're different things. Just like good. We couldn't even come together on good.
what's good. It's like the weather.
I mean, right? Everybody has a
Hey,
different standing of what's
The cold,
good.
the cold weather could be good for you, but the cold weather could be bad for me because I might suffer from friggin' arthritis or something else,
Yeah.
or asthma. Whereas the cold weather would help you out because you don't suffer from any of those ailments.
Yes. I think if we're looking at things outside of ourselves and whether they are good for us. But I think in general, like us being good, in my mind, I immediately think of doing things with a purpose of helping somebody, not just yourself.
Yeah. Kind, considerate, and courteous.
Everything you do shouldn't cause any kind of harm, intentional harm to anybody.
Which is impossible, and we've talked about that. But I mean,
Right.
like as long as you're trying and doing your
Well,
best.
like intentional harm. Like it's not impossible.
Well, that would be evil.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not impossible to do things without intentions of not hurting anybody.
If I do something that hurts you and I know it hurts you because it would hurt me, then now you're getting into some dark shit.
Right.
Well, hey, sometimes the road to hell was paved with good intentions.
Ooh, yeah.
You ever hear that?
Yeah, but that's what we talked about, where you do something good, but it turns out to be bad.
Yeah, because your motive was incorrect to begin with.
Yeah.
And
Really
if
look deeper.
And if that comes in and you can reflect on that and then try to better it future, if you have to make an amends or can't, just make sure that try not again.
That's the amends, not doing it again.
Right.
That's the amends when you don't do it again,
So where do you stand on God? For you, God is good, orderly directions. Not God. You don't have a higher power.
I know there's a power greater than myself, and I'm not it.
I like that.
There's a lot of powers greater than myself. I go in front of a judge. Let a cop pull you over for freaking speeding. See how much of a higher power he is. He could at that pen. He's going to write you a ticket. It's going to cost you some money. He was greater than you.
God, do you believe there's a puppet master up there?
I don't know. I'm not driving myself crazy with it. At this point, I don't care as long as I don't take a drink. I can't get drunk. As long as I work with others, live to the best ability that I can live on a daily basis without harming myself or another human being, I'm good to go, man. I'm good to go. I was told anyway, God only asks us 2 questions. Did you get to know yourself and did you have a good time? Because guess what? You ain't coming back to do it again.
All right, what about you, Will?
What's that?
Are you down on the God thing? Are you in the I don't know realm, or are you in the I believe?
I think I definitely have a different vision of a higher power than what I grew up with in the church.
See?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's just.
But it goes right to religion again, in the
Right.
church. God,
Yeah,
church.
well, yeah, but I get what he's saying too. Just
So-
it's different, and it's outside of that. It's outside of
Right.
that.
The God that I grew up learning about, I don't imagine that being the God. I do imagine, being way far beyond my understanding, that I really have no clue,
Yeah.
what it is, but even still, like, I always get in this thing of, all right, so whatever that is, like, well, where did it come from? Like, it's all got to stem from, so it's the chicken or the egg.
Oh, man, who cares about that?
Well, that's just where I go. That's where right.
Yeah.
And so,
That's
to
infinity.
me, that's kind of how I know that it's a lot bigger than I can ever comprehend. And so, I don't think it sits there and thinks, like, I don't think it sits there and thinks about us.
Here's how you catch a
It
person
clipped.
out there. You know how you catch a person out there too? You ask them, do you believe in heaven and hell? Because most people say, I'm living in hell. Well, if you don't want to live in hell no more, what's the opposite of hell? Heaven, right? And what's in heaven? Everybody thinks God's in heaven. God controls heaven. Kind of a little mind thing with people,
God's in heaven?
I guess.
Oh, I don't know.
Every story I was ever read or told, that's who
I
controls
don't
it.
know where heaven is. Like I'm kind of thinking this is it. This might be as good as it gets.
Was my first marriage, man. That was heaven.
That's heaven. Yeah, I'm telling you. There's little pieces of heaven when you find it around on this damn rock.
But that's a real touchy subject, man. I wouldn't blame people for turning this off.
I don't know. I think everybody's got the problem.
We
You
got
you
the
have to
problem.
Yeah,
confront
the problem is that nobody really knows for sure. Like, even
Right.
if you know, you really don't know. You can have faith and you can believe,
But in AA, you're gonna have to confront it.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Here's the beauty part, though. You can sit around and talk about it, and not everybody's getting all bent out of shape and fist fighting and going to kill one another.
Not
And like,
always. Man.
My
That can
God's
come
better
out.
than
That's some
your
of the
God.
funnest
And
stuff is like,
my God, I kicked your God's
not
butt.
here. They're doing it out there.
Yeah,
Somewhere
yeah,
else
right.
they are.
Yeah,
That's
so
one of the
but
funnest
I'm just
stuff to
saying.
watch.
I mean, but it's amazing how you could be
We
open-minded.
can, yeah.
We can be open-minded to the point of view.
Oh,
Of
because
like,
it's such a cool discussion.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is
I
a
mean-
cool discussion. I mean, when you think about it.
really, it's really humanity, man. Helping humanity, man.
Yeah.
What people are doing out there today, man. You know, they say cleanliness is next to godliness and all this other. And cleanliness is good orderly direction. You're clean and you're not messy. A lot of people find that as being freaking good orderly direction, right?
Yeah.
You know, tidy up. And you're always told tidy up. So when you come into AA, you're tidying up your life. That's what you're doing. You're tidying up.
You know, just keeping things clean does it.
You felt good today when
it's
you
healthy.
called me.
It's healthy.
Was it yesterday when I called you and you said you felt good?
Yeah, I was finally clean. For the first time,
You cleaned your room?
I cleaned my room. Like, I really cleaned my room because since the storm, since October 10th. I mean, it is. What is it?
It's 6 months.
March 14th.
5 months. 5 months.
Jesus, man. Yeah, no, I slept different.
Yeah,
I did.
because you were tired from friggin' cleaning.
It was so just. I mean, there was hurricane dust everywhere because there was a different kind of dust in the air.
Yeah.
After that
I
storm.
think everybody's got ear infections too.
And I think there was some big time, like me and my neighbor, Alex. He's an 86-year-old man, and
That dude's a trip.
me and him, you know, we didn't have no power, we didn't have nothing, but we sat there and we would talk. We talked about all kinds of stuff, and I mean, we went all the way to the ancient aliens thing, and that, you know, that this planet's been here for billions of years, and there's been civilizations like us to rise and fall 3 or 4 times, you know, and aliens could have visited this planet a billion years ago. You wouldn't even know it. No way you would know it. But the discussions were amazing because we talked a lot about God too, and that's how we ended up there. But who knows, man?
One form or another, everybody believes in something.
Yeah,
I don't care what it is. Everything. It's just like how AA's grown so big because of resentments in the coffee pot.
resentments in the coffee pot.
Hey, this became really clearer.
Because the AC just
The
turned
AC
off.
went up.
Wow.
But he's gonna take that off, right?
Yeah. Well,
For
it's-
the most part.
Do we need to do that now? Like we did a silence now,
We already did a silence.
but that was with it on. Doesn't matter. Let's do a quiet moment now.
Quiet.
for all those that don't believe in God. Those poor fuckers.
See, that ain't right, man. You just blew it. Good choke, see? God got you.
All right.
Thanks for listening to our
They're
bullshit.
sober. They just can't
See you next
stay
time.
on topic
See ya.
'cause
Bye.
they're